Welcome to Inquiry into Self. This is part 6 of the 7-part series, where at the end we arrive and you'll know that you are the universe throwing a party for itself. So we've just discovered how the nothing, the alive immensity, is enjoying making all these experiences, and it's not threatened by any one of them. So now, as we're going day by day by day, we come across experiences and something in us constricts and pushes away. How, in those moments, do we discover the alive immensity that wants that experience? So, I run over a squirrel with the car. Let's say I run over the squirrel with the car. And something in me just feels distraught. It just feels like this went wrong. And I'm in my persona because I'm not aware that there's something wanting that experience. Nothing in me seems to want that experience. So I'm clearly in my persona because all that is wanted that experience. How do I find the part of me that wants that experience? Yes, of course, I can step back into the spaciousness, can be the compassionate holding, I can do the questioning. All of the many of the videos before this on the channel describe lots of different types of positive things that come from negative things. But in that moment, can I get in touch with the thing that wants that experience? So what I've done is spent a lot of time in nature, feeling the wildness of nature and seeing if I can identify that within myself. Initially, the wildness of nature may feel scary. That's why we have our safe preferences of peace, of enough money, of friends that agree with us, or whatever it is. But nature is not like that. Nature is not tame. So as I spend time in nature, for example, I look at the trees. None of them look like the pictures in the dictionary. They're not growing up straight with all their branches symmetrical on both sides. No, they're not. There's some trees that stay stunted. There's some trees that grow crooked. There's some trees that grow crooked and then straight. There's some trees that only have branches on half of their side. And as I look at the forest, I have to say it's more beautiful than any garden. There's something amazing about each tree being what it's supposed to be, given where the light comes, where the water comes. There's something beautiful. There isn't a supposed to look for any tree. So there's no supposed to, I'm not supposed to run over a squirrel. No, I am one with wild nature, and I kill squirrels. And if I can just open up into the forest, I can open up to the ocean storm, I can open up to thunder and lightning, I can feel that wildness in me. Now, sometimes it's hard to feel the wildness. So here's a couple more examples. Here's a stack of blocks. Now, have you ever seen a little boy or little girl build up that huge tower of blocks and then toss it all to the ground? And you can feel the exuberance, right? They just toss it all to the ground. And it feels great because they know nothing real has been harmed. When I ran over that squirrel, nothing real was harmed. That squirrel lived and that squirrel died, and nothing real was harmed. I turned out to be wild nature who killed the squirrel. And wild nature kills many squirrels. And wild nature births many squirrels. And as I settle into being wild nature, now I'm not being my idea of peace. I'm not being my idea of the infinite. I'm actually being the infinite. I mean, I'm always the infinite, right? But I'm aware of the infinite because the infinite is now beyond my concepts, beyond my ideas, fearlessly engaging in all kinds of ways. So as I feel that little boy or little girl tossing down the blocks, I am noticing, yes, that wildness of nature is in me. And that is the part that can connect naturally to what I am. Another example is when the wolf is chasing the gazelle. And I drew a picture of the gazelle here. So the gazelle is fleeing for its life, and then it may get eaten. Now, in those last moments, as the gazelle is fleeing for its life, it is in all its glory, speeding along. Maybe they don't get killed by wolves, whatever it is. It's speeding along and it is feeling the rush of life inside of it. It has no ideas that, oh, if I die, blah, blah, blah might happen. No, it has none of those ideas. It's enjoying this final rush of exuberance in its life. And it is inspired almost by the thing chasing it. And then it dies. And that is wild nature. And if I am in this big rush for whatever it is life has me engaged in, and then it ends, many things end when we aren't expecting them to end. Children die. Many things end when we're not expecting them to end. And that is the universe's way too. Of course, we feel within us that which wants to make it so fewer children die. And that's the universe too. But if we know only the part of ourselves that wants fewer children to die, then we'll be in argument with some of the universe. And then we're not able to fully experience what we are. Because what we are is the all of it. So my book that I just released, what's it called? Living in the Unknown, An Unprincipled Life Living in the Unknown. That is full of examples of how we can touch into this immense wildness that we are. And we can feel it erupting as us. Now we are in intimate knowledge of what we are. And once we're in intimate knowledge with what we are, we get to part 7.